we can approve the certificate and we will import the certificate to the token. The way it works with our token is that when we import the certificate, which I will demonstrate later, the token pins, or it's kind of password where you have to enter to see the token, it will be reset, and the pin is sent to the end user, and therefore the administrator cannot just issue the token and then use the token immediately. The token pins is unknown to the administrator, and it will be sent by, let's say, email or SMS to the end user. So only the end user can activate the token. If someone else wants to use the token, he has to reset the token and therefore remove all of the information inside the token. Right, so let's go with a demonstration. Okay, so here I am. This is for demonstration purpose, and therefore everything will be fictional. Please keep that in mind. So let me create a request. First of all, I check whether I have the token. And we have a TKC token manager. This one can be used to have the machine, which is this PC, communicate with the token. It is fifth one for DL2 level 2. Let's make a request. So this one, I have a turnkey communication service company limited, which is TKC, and I can issue like a personal personal certificate. So on the personal certificate, there is no organization attribute because it's one for personal use. There is no organization behind. And I click on this generate a certificate on behalf of the user. And with this option, the certificate will be generated by the administrator, but the user can activate the certificate using the token pin. So the administrator cannot use the certificate immediately. Only the user can do it. Okay, so because we are having a test token, I will just use my own name then. Okay, Prasit coming in, yes. Welcome back, Prasit. So the certificate validity, we have certain options such as minute, days, hour, month, and years, and this is based on our backend configuration. So I just give it like 12 months, but I can revoke it later on. And it is a vetting form. So on the vetting form, the administrator can input the subscriber or the end user information. Very good. Okay, admitting the user information into this vetting form. For instance, my full name over here. Then we have some fictional address over here, date of birth. This one has to be filled in because it has an asterisk over here. So let me pick my own date of birth then. And national ID number. This one is also mandatory with an asterisk. So I just give a fictional number. Email address is also mandatory because the information can be sent to the end user, such as the PIN. So I will use my personal email in this case. And when the administrator, they filing this vetting form, they should upload this copy of identity document to prove that the person is real, as well as the KYC or the interview with the end user. In certain cases, you might want to have a proof of address as well. But for this testing purpose, I do not need to upload anything into this field. Click next, and then I can create a user. So this is where the user is registered on WebAI. So if the user is not already on our system, he or she can be registered on WebAI right here. And in the case that the user is already on WebAI, nothing will happen. It just give the information that the certificate will be issued for that user. Okay, so I just give a fictional phone number. This one is not a real phone number. And I click submit. So now because I am vetting, so I don't have to use a token at this stage. And the information in our request for approval, there can be an administrator who will perform the approval or decline of this vetting request. For instance, on the other machine, I will be logging in with another operator certificate, which is Prasit. So basically, the operator will receive a notification, and when he's logged in to the backend system, he also see this pending status, and you can also see this request made by the registration authority officer. So you know that this request is coming from who and the request status. So let's see what is the request about. So the administrator can see that we have information regarding the certificate subject distinguished name or the certificate field on the common name, given name, and country. It is a minimum for the personal certificate. We can see the validity. We can see the information in the vetting form. So at any of these stages, we see that information is not correct. For instance, the email address is not correct, the vetting form is missing, or the validity is not correct, we can always decline. And when we decline, the operator has to submit again. So for this purpose, I can show the phone number over here. Normally it is hidden, but always visible when we click this button. I will approve this request. The email is correct. The name doesn't matter. So here I will approve. And when we do it, we make sure that our GoSite desktop is running. And yep, just make sure it is running. I might have to reload this again because it was disappear, but let's see. Yep, it will disappear because I didn't check beforehand. So make sure that we check it running beforehand. Yep, it is running. Let's go through this. Prove. Okay, so now we can select the token. It's very important that we select the correct token. The token name can be changed. Give me one moment. Just got word from Bindi. Okay, so Bindi say that we can skip and let's resume our session. So basically, at this stage, we can use this token, and the token is empty. Let me show you here. So the token is now empty. There's nothing. The first token is the CA administration token, so we don't care, but we use this a token with an empty storage over here. Okay, so it's running. Okay. Okay, everything is running. So because we have multiple token, it shows that we need to select the correct token. And this one, it is pre-selecting the first one, which is not correct. I have to select the empty token that I am about to use. The token, yep. So again, it will ask me to select the correct token because the PIN it will be reset. The reason is that we don't want the administrator to have the PIN during this whole process. Otherwise, the administrator can just use the token immediately and impersonate someone else. And now we have the certificate. It will be import to the token. And we select the correct token again, which is the E token. Please someone, okay, thank you. Okay, now the certificate has been imported to the token. So on the token itself, let me open the token manager. The token itself now has a certificate, and because we already logging in the token, we can see it here. But when we log out, the default PIN is no longer possible. And the token has a mechanism that even though you can see the content of the token, you cannot use the token private keys without using the PIN. So when I try to use the PIN, I see that the default PIN is no longer usable, and therefore the operator cannot use this token. Only the user can has the PIN. So now I will briefly open my private email. So give me like 1 second. I will have the PIN. Okay, so I have the PIN in my private email. I can share my screen now. And also keep in mind that all of this content we are looking at can be customized. So this is for demonstration purpose. So we have this PIN. Let's go back here. See, so now we have login because the PIN is sent to the end user. And in this case, I have the email of the end user. I can access the PIN, and when I access the PIN, I can activate this token. Okay, so the token with the information that I have input, such as the CN and given names and also the countries. Also, this one is verifiable using the OCSP. So for the demonstration purpose, I will verify this certificate now. And there's multiple way to verify a certificate. You can try to look for its serial number in this CL, or you can have an OCSP check with OpenSSL. And for demonstration, I will use something faster. Let me see if I have it here. Okay, so basically, this tool that I use, it can verify OCSP very fast, and it will simplify our process. So this one is the certificate. Let's export it. Give it a name. I will use this certificate. Give it. Yeah. Okay, so this is the certificate. And just for information, so basically when we issue a certificate, Windows by default, they don't have the information to verify because NRCA certificate, which is this G3, is not in Windows just the store by default, and Windows only just very few root. We can show it here just when we are in this stage. Yeah. So by default, in the trusted root certificate, you can see that Windows have very few trusted root, and we should add the NRCA, which is the root CA of Thailand, to Windows trusted root. We can do it manually, or we can do it programmatically. So you can actually write a program that run, and it will import this information to Windows, and this warning will disappear. So I will do it like manually. See, Windows doesn't have information about this root, which is Thailand root G3. This is the process. You can do it manually. Yep, it will ask that you make sure you trust the Thailand National Root CA, which we will. Okay, so the import is successful, and also our ISA certificate. This I certificate is issued by the Thailand National Root CAG3, and Windows has built this trusted path because we have just the trusted root, and therefore the path is complete. When we have the end user will appear under ISA because it's an entity issued by the ISA. And for this information, I will also let Windows just our CA. Okay. So now when we're looking at our end user certificate, Windows is now able to see and able to make a path. So this one can be done manually or programmatically again. Right, back here. So let's do a quick check with OCSP. So we have the OCSP URL over here. This is currently accessible with our test machine. And because it is OCSP, it will be signed by the CA OCSP responder. And when we click submit, we have this certificate stated, and as well as the certificate checking time. It is just my own programming, so I use UTC. We are at UTC +7. It's Bangkok time, so it will be +7 in here, exactly 10 a.m., which is good. And when we revoke the certificate, it will return this revoke certificate status over here because OCSP is always up to date and in real time. So let's close this one, and I will demonstrate the process for revocation. Okay, there's someone else joining. I will admit, even though I don't recognize his name, admit to the meeting. Welcome. So I have demonstration of token issuance. The token has a certificate with the end user, and the token PIN is only accessible for the end user. The administrator without the PIN cannot do anything, cannot sign, cannot change the PIN and anything else unless we have a specific procedure to reset the token. So how do we revoke a certificate? Basically, when we have issue a certificate, it will show up in the certificate menu of our backend system. For instance, this is the end user. The end user has an email, has a name, an ID, and certificate type, as well as the CN, which is the common name. Now I want to revoke this certificate. It can be done by selecting this advanced option, which is the 3 dots. We can click on more action, and when we click it, it will have this action available, which is to revoke. And when we revoke a certificate according to the 8509 v3 standards, as well as other relevant IFC, we need to have a reason because the CA will respond with this reason when a certificate is checked. Let's say I withdraw my certificate, and there will be a message because when other operator or the administrator look at the system and see a certificate revocation, he can see what are the reason, and you can give a short message in here for the other administrator. The certificate detail, dictionary, and hand save to remove. Okay, so we can do this revocation, and now the certificate has been revoked. So the system will issue an OCSP update. So when we check with OCSP, it should say that the certificate is no longer good. It is revoked. The certificate details you can see right here, but let's go back and check with our OCSP. Okay, so this is the tools. Let's go select our certificate, and this is our CA. Yeah. So you can see after the revocation, the OCSP will respond revoke status as well at the time that it produce a response. So for this application, I am using UTC time as for standardization. We can always use UTC +7 in the response according to our programming. I say so. So now the certificate has been revoked. It will no longer be trusted when we check for the signature produced by this token. So it is revoked over here. And I have gone through the process of issuing a token certificate. I also have the process of revoking a token certificate, and we have seen that after we revoke, it will return the status revoked instead of good as before. We can also use OpenSSL. We don't need to use this software. OpenSSL is very common and trustworthy to actually test the whole process. And in the case that we want to renew a certificate, we can do it by issuing a new token to the end user. So the process will repeat, and under the request of the end user, we can perform the same action where we revoke the older certificate of the user. So the user can have only one certificate valid, for instance, if that is what they need. And I think that is the end of my demonstration. And one last thing, maybe one last thing, the token. So after we issue the certificate on the token, which is the line that we see here, the token will be shipped to the end user, and the end user will receive this email with the information, maybe SMS or maybe on emails, and we can customize this content of the email, absolutely. When we do that, only the pins visible to the end user, and therefore, when the token has been shipped to the end user, the management of the token is on the end user. We no longer performs any action on the token, as the token is now in the hand of the end user, and the end user have the pin to activate the token. So with that being said, let's go back to AnyDesk. Is there any questions, comments at this stage? I can actually try to sign with this token if you want to see.
Yeah, sure. You can demo that. That'd be great.
Yep. Keep in mind that the certificate is revoked, so
yeah, that's fine.
Yep. So let's do a signing test. So how do we actually sign? We can use something like Adobe or Foxit to perform the signing. Okay. Let's see if we have Foxit or Adobe in here. No, yep, Foxit should do. I think someone has Adobe as well, but let's use with Foxit. And I think I need a dummy PDF. A dummy PDF is the one without any information attached, so it is empty. Let's do a signature, which is sign and verify on Adobe. We place a signature. And you can see that the CN or the common name will appear on Foxit because the token is plugged in and we already have the pin. So we can always check that this is the correct certificate. We have a private key, which is on the token. When we pull out the token or eject the token, it will not show this line. Okay, let me do a standard signing, which is Foxit. Yep, it is on download folder. And as usual, the token will ask for our PIN. I will have to look back at the email because I couldn't remember this PIN. And say OK. And now it's done. All right. So this is the token. Of course, the validity is unknown because Foxit doesn't have the information to verify. It doesn't have the trusted list in here. Yep, it doesn't change to a trusted anchor. So basically, Foxit has its own trust mechanism. So we have to trust Thailand National CA on Foxit. And let's validate again. It is invalid. Yep, because the certificate is no longer valid at the time of signing. And therefore, Foxit say the signature is invalid. Right. Any question? If we have a valid certificate, it will show valid over here. And the reason why is that the certificate has been revoked. Did exactly what we have done and did exactly what we expect. Anything, any questions at the moment?
Okay,
so far, not for me.
Okay.
Yep.
One question. Yeah. Can you show me your the certificate revocation list? Have you
Yep.
you already done the revocation? Can you show me that list?
Yep. So for the certificate revocation list, we can go here. There will be a distribution point, which is this one over here. I think the distribution list, it is published on like a periodic interval, and there might be a certain lag. It might not appear, but let's see. We can go to the CA backend and fetch the CL over there. Okay, might not be running or what? Let me check. Okay, Thai CA took too long to respond. Okay, something with the web server. Okay, I will need help, please, because this one is on the web server. Okay, so when someone checked our thaica.com web server, I go to the CA backend and show you the CL. It would be better because we will see on the CA backend. Let's go back over here. Yep, this is our CA. All right, so let's go to our CA. You can see we publish it over here, and we also have a CL on our file system. So I will go to this file system and get the CL and show you the content, because we cannot retrieve it to the web server at the moment for some reason. This is the IP address. Okay, let's go. Something more technical. This one. Okay, so we are at this issue CA number 1. Okay, I still able to log in, and it should be sorry for buffing. Okay, it should be at the temp and thaica.v1.cil. Okay, this is the folder. Let me download this to our download folder over here. Let's go to our download folder, which is this one. Yep. So this is our CL, and you can see that actually the CL life cycle hasn't been completed. It was issued yesterday at 3:07 p.m. and it is supposed to be issued in the next cycle at 3:07 p.m. today. And therefore, the serial number is not updated yet on this CL because the next cycle it hasn't been elapsed. We have 24 hours for this one, which is the CL publishing period. I can force manual CL publish. Okay, so we have forced manual publish of CL. So it will bypass this waiting time. Okay. Yep. So let's download it again because we have forced a new one. Okay, let's go here. So we have an effective date starting now, and it will be updated again in 24 hours based on our setting. So when we go to the revocation list, we will see the serial number of the certificate that we have revoked, which is today, I think. Yep, 1003. This is a serial number. Let's go and check our certificate. Yep, it should be the same as this serial number. Okay, yep, it is the same. So the certificate serial number will show up on the CL, and the cycle for the CL is 24 hours, unless we have any other reason to speed up. All right. Anything else you want to ask at this stage? This one is the one that we revoke. And because of this kind of CL publishing cycle, OCSP is always superior in terms of certificate status checking. And OCSP is always visible with our information access attribute on the certificate over here. Anything? If there's no questions, I will get back to our CA and maybe have a check with our web server.
Okay, this error is fine. Okay, just to confirm. Oh, okay. This testing you done on your production, yeah?
Yep, we are looking at our production, and because the certificate is issued by this production server.
Okay.
Yep. This is a production backend, so everything is up and up running. We have like 2 at DC and 1 at DI, and therefore we are seeing like 1, 2, 3 over here. Every service is actually running as normal. Yep, everything's running. OCSP also running. It is in another server. It is for the backend CA. Yep.
Okay, everything is okay. We said DC and DR. Okay, basically the okay, your hardware is it on the cloud or on-prem?
It is on-prem. It is at TKC data center, so they have their own server room.
Okay. Okay. For this audit period, do you did any system updates on your CA?
System update, actually no.
Yeah.
It is the same, let's say, system in this data center, because we activate the system in the key ceremony, and it has been the same ever since.
Oh, okay. So meaning there's no like version updates or even patches you done in the system.
Version update.
Mhm.
Actually, yes, we have a version update for our RA system.
Okay.
Yep. So this one where we find our certificate detail. So there was a feature where we can do all of this by this administrator backend, and there was an update for this IA system. So it doesn't affect other system because the IA is only for information collection. Basically, how we can make the request with the UI instead of going to the CA server and do all of this by command line. So we have one, which is our IA system.
That's the system update on the RE system.
I just got information that the web server is actually okay just because the connection to the NDS and the DC. So we just go to my, yep, it is fine. So the CAL is actually fine just because I am using the DC connection at TKC and it has certain rule to go to the public. And it is what I have with my personal PC, which is at my home, not at TKC DC, and I can download the CAL just fine. And the CAL has been updated on the web server as well. Okay. Let's go back here. All right.
Okay. Just one additional question. Do you practice any timestamp for your certificate application?
Can you repeat, please? I couldn't hear.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Do you practice any timestamp activity during your certificate creation? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Timestamp.
timestamp.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, when we perform this certificate issuance, there are logs on the system, and it is using the system logs. And when it is using the system log, the time stamping is using the server time based on the host server. Yeah. If you understand the question.
So basically, you're using the computer's time.
Yep,
Time
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so the log is based on the computer time, and the computer time is actually synchronized, I think, within the TKC infrastructure. So the time for all of these information, such as the certificate validity, is actually synchronized between all of these server. Let me see. Yep. So you can see that it is on the backend server for the production CA. They are using their own NTP service with the system clock synchronized with an NTP server. Otherwise, we do not use any time stamping. Yep.
Okay. This NTP server, which time zone that they are using?
We are using Asia and Bangkok, GMT
Bangkok.
+7. Yep.
All right. Okay. Marcus, anything else? Always.
Nothing on my end.
Okay. You may proceed to. Is there anything else that you want to show?
So for my end, I think I have shown pretty much everything. So process is going from end to end. There is actually nothing I can show. So everything is
Okay.
running. Yep.
All right. That's good. Just quick question. For your RA, do you use eKYC services to verify the user? How do you verify the applicants?
Yep. So for the eKYC, we can do it like remotely with a video call, or where the end user will have to hold up their ID card instead in front of the camera, with their face, and also we can do it in a way that we talk to the candidate, so we are sure that he is like a real person. So for the AI system, there is a feature where you can upload this video or this interview process as the evidence that we have performed our due diligence for the KYC. And when we issue the certificate, we can always review this information and approve or decline based on our judgment whether the evidence is sufficient or not. So actually, yep.
Okay, so basically you verify by using a video call, or even they submit their ID or even passport picture to the system.
Yep.
Okay, can I? Okay, can you show me the access controls?
Access control.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So for this demonstration, I am using the administrator, and therefore I have full control to the system. If I, let's say, use this for like the system operator, that's the wrong menu, sorry, system operator over here. So with the system operator, when they perform any task or any action, let's say they issue configuration change on the CA backend, the due control will kick in and request another operator to approve this action. So I can show it over here. It doesn't have any record because I am the administrator. But when I have this token for the system operator plugin, I can able to log in with the system operator and show you this approval manager. But also on the RA, we have another control. So at the backend, CA backend, we have our approval control. And on the RA, we have another control, which is over here. Let me show you. Is this admin? No, this is RA. So the RA officer cannot change the system configuration. Only the system administrator can. So let me go into the system administrator. Yep. So here, configuration. Actually, this one. Okay. So let's go with our token. Right. So here is the vetting for the vetting form and what we call special permission. So the permission is for certificate vetting. When we approve a certificate request, there will be a minimum number of similar level, which is the administration RA officer. We call them the admin RA officer, to agree on the request. So without at least one person to agree with the request will not go through. And I think in the demonstration, I also have to log in with another operator for the demonstration purpose to approve this kind of request. We can increase this number. For instance, if you have 2 or 3 person with the role of RA officer, we can give the number which is bigger than 1. And when we submit a certificate, at least 3 person must agree. So M out of N. Of course, for the demonstration, I reduce this to 1. So only one another person has to agree. So this is for the access control. And there is another level, which is even higher. Basically, when we do the configuration on our RA, a similar rule can be applied where the configuration can be approved by an external, by another operator. So the access control is manageable by the system administrator, and only the system administrator can change the access control rule. For the operator, which is one level below the system administrator, they can only interact with the service, such as certificate request. They cannot change the system configuration. Basically, all of this menu over here is for the administrator.
Okay, so,
yep.
Okay, so basically, there are certain rules. Yeah, there are specific rules that are tied to specific person, and only the admin can, or even basically the admin can make all the changes.
Yep. So the admin,
okay.
Yep, the admin can make all the changes, and also the admin can enforce the dual control on themselves. They can do that. And when they do that, they will need to plug in another token for the other operator to approve the request. So let's say this system administrator I put in here, and because this is an administrator, I can always enable dual control for myself. And when I do that, it will enforce dual control for the administrator as well.
Okay, just to clarify, what is dual control?
Yep, so a dual control is this mechanism where when I make any changes to the system, for instance, I want to restart a service, and when I click on this button, it will not allow me to do it immediately. It will say that you need another operator to complete the action. And then the other operator has to log in and go to this approval manager and click on approve or decline. So if we have the SO token, we can do it because now we only have the administrator token, so we cannot do it. Yep, we have to plug in the SO token for the officer to perform this dual control demonstration. Let me show you something. So basically, yep. So basically, what you will see when you have a dual control, there will be a module ID and the operation that is pending, as well as the time that the operation happened. So the other operator can see what kind of action he or she can either approve or reject. So if the operator press reject, the changes will be rolled back. So there's no changes to the system when it is rejected. And if she press approve, the system will apply the changes. So this is for our CA backend. And the changes will also be shown to the operator. So what kind of pre-configuration and post-configuration.
So in order for, how the other operator will get the information when they need to access, whether via email or?
Yep, by email. So when we register for an operator, for example, we are calling them the security officer. You put their email in here, and they will receive an email that someone made a change to the system and need your review. So just go in, click on it, log in, and see the changes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Can you show me your logs?
Yep. So there will be quite a lot of logs. For instance, this is a service log. So we see what kind of action had been performed on the service. Yeah. So we have this kind of request and response, as well as the type and the status of the service logs. So how many times the service has been accessed and what kind of action that the service has performed. For instance, it's giving the profile information, it creates a certificate with the certificate alias and response time and so on. Even though we can also have this kind of issue, if we see an error code, we can investigate what went wrong and fix it. This is the first level log, which is the service log. There's another log is called the system logs. So the system log will inform us what the operator has been doing. So for instance, the operator has been logging in, the operator has been restarting and updating service information, then it will be logs. And the thing about operator log is that you cannot remove this log in any shape or form. It is always visible for the operator to review. So what kind of action, what kind of changes. You see that there will be like changes over here. So I just published my CLL for update, and it will show in here that I published my CLL. And also we have this event logs. So the event logs is the schedule that the system is doing. So the system is doing this CLL publishing, basically how many times they try to query for new information. And it say that, okay, so the CLL has been generated and published successfully. The only way to, let's say, maintain this log is to archive it, which means that we export the logs out of the system. And when we do that, the system will sign on the log. So it will do a user signature on the log to prove that the log belonging to the system. And you can put the logs in an archive server for like safekeeping. Usually for the CA, we don't need to do this much because we don't perform a lot of action. This is usually for other services that we provide that has a lot of moving back and forth, and therefore the logs can be archived. So this is the log for our NCA. There is also the logs for the RA. The log is stored over here. It's called the system logs. And on the server itself, okay, so this is a system log. The system log show what kind of action the operator has performed, log in, log out, performing certain requests, and what kind of IPs or agent the operator is doing. At low level, you can always retrieve the logs from the server because we also output the log to the server. Log service certification. Yep. So there could be log in here, and apparently, oh, yep, because this is belong to a secure folder, I need to sudo. Yep. So when you want to access the logs on the server, you need to have administrator privilege as well. So the log is actually very safe. You need sudo to read the logs on the server, and you need to log in the system with a TLS certificate to read the logs on the web UI. I hope that satisfies your question.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm good so far.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Marcus, Lewis, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, me good. I'm good. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for showing us your CE system. Is there anything else you want to show?
Hmm. Actually, no. For my end, I think I have shown pretty much everything. Even like our locking system, everything is controlled with this AnyDesk machine, which is at the TKC server room. So nothing else. Yep, we have our HHMs working as normal. So nothing yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we are all good from our side. So, Marcus, what's the next step?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the next step?
I think that's all because they really showcase everything, and especially with the emphasis on the verification as well.
Okay. I think that's all. That's all from our side. Thank you very much. So, if there's anything else, Marcus will contact you back.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
very
much, everyone.
Thank you.
You.